Hi everyone, this is a part 4 from today. Um, you see, they would rather carry on with the facade that to tell me the truth that I am what I know I am, and that they stole my identity to give to a fake me. You see, because for them to admit it that they stole my identity and they gave to a fake one because she is easier to manipulate, is too much for them, because they're gonna lose everything. They're gonna lose everything. So for them to carry on with the propaganda that I have got a mental condition, therefore I need to be inject every month and the monetary every month, is too much for them. You know what I mean? Because they have stole my identity in 1997 when I left Rio to come to England. That's the first time I noticed that my identity card was gone, my título de eleitor was gone, and my CPF was gone. I only came with my birth certificate, but the birth certificate is easy to maybe the fake one had already made a copy of my birth certificate. So for them to admit, look, Zilda, we know you are this, Zelda. Look at Deusa Zelda. We know it's going to be too much because they have built a whole world based in a lie. They stole my identity and they gave to her. And therefore they now to come and to admit that I am the original one, it's too much. So they will do the possible and the impossible to convince me that I am mentally insane. They cannot admit that they stole my identity, that the fake one is living my life. They can't. Okay? And now they gone as far as getting a criminal. He's not a doctor, he's a criminoso. Ele é um criminoso. A criminal from Russia. You see how far they go. I mean, apparently, as far as I know, Russia, not many people like the Russians, because there was the World War, the Second World War, and what else? The Cold War, blah, 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 blah. But to unite it, to go against me, even if they don't like each other, they will go. You see, they are so desperate that the Russians are not very, friends with the British, the English, but to come together against me, they will compromise the original dislike for each other to come against me. I told you I am powerful. I told you. You didn't believe me. Even the Russians now got involved in this plot against my personality, against my person. Tá vendo? You know what I mean? And he's a copycat. He has been copying me, the so-called psychiatrist. He said, oh, I grew up in Russia. Because I have been saying that in here, that I grew up in Brazil. And when people ask, oh, are you Brazilian? I go like, I grew up. I don't know where I'm from, really. Now I don't believe anybody. I don't believe in my own story, what they told me. So for them to admit, yeah, we stole your identity when you left Rio. We gave to a fake you, and she has been using your identity for a long time. She has been pretending that she's you. They will not admit that. No way. But like I said, the man that brought me up that I thought was my dad. By the way, I found out that man that I thought was my father, he's not my father. He is my stepfather. He adopted me. I found out as well. That's another thing they are angry about, because I found out it, and they don't want me to talk about it. But that man that I thought was my father, he's not my father. He's adopted me. He's my he's adopted me because, you know, I don't know what's happened to my original father, but he's not my father. I found out, and I don't want. That's right. He molested me in so many ways, you know, and that's right. He used to be very physical, mental, and psychological abusive towards me. He wasn't my father, you know, and that's why they are angry as well, because they want. Since finding out that that man who is not my real father, what I did is I broke up. I tell people that my father is dead, so they are angry because they want me as well. Look, there are many reasons. There are many reasons why I have been sectioned this time. First of all, I broke up with the people that used to be called my siblings, my family. For me, they are all dead. I have been telling people that they are dead, because they are. They died for me. And then second of all, I broke up with my handler. That man that adopted me, he was my first handler. Okay? And then after that came the so-called boyfriends, the handler to handle me. Now I know all my life, my romantic life was orchestrated for these people to handle me. You know, a handler. So they are angry because they want me to go back to my handler, you know, whether it's that so-called used to be my father or one of so-called used to be my sister. So they are trying to reprogram me. But with this injection, I'm going to destroy my enemies, because I am, you see, that handler who used to call my father, he used to use me as a voodoo doll. That's right, he used to beat the shit out of me. That's how he destroyed his enemies, because he used to use me as his voodoo doll. I know. It's amazing, isn't it? I know. And then you say, come on, girl, you're going crazy. No, I'm not going crazy. I'm telling you the truth. No wonder one day, you know, he used to use me, his wife, he used to use me as the voodoo doll. Now I know why the beating up. When he was beating me up or doing something to me, he was really doing with somebody else. You see? Do you know what I'm saying? So now I can be my own voodoo doll. Me, taking charge of me. But, well, I can and I will. So that's right. 100,000 people are going to fall at my feet. You know. Because I'm going to be my own voodoo doll. Because I divorced that man. You know, that man that brought me up, and his name is my birth certificate, pretending he was my father. He was never my father. Now I know. But they brought me here to program me or the other thing. Look what's happened to me in less than 3 months. I stopped smoking cannabis. They love me when I smoke cannabis because I get a little bit loose. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, I stopped drinking. They love me when I drink. That's when they come to the house and abuse me sexually. You know, physically, mentally, psychologically, financially. You know, and I stopped smoking cigarettes. They thought I was going to go crazy here, because when they brought me, I had no money. When they brought me to this hospital, I had no money, nothing, you know, so no cigarettes, but I was thinking about stopping smoking cigarette anyway. So they are going insane for me to go back to those things. Because you see, as much the system propaganda that they don't want you to smoke, they don't want to drink, they don't want you to drink drugs, that's a lie. The system loves when you do those things, because that's make money. How much is a pack of cigarettes? In England, a pack of cigarettes, the cheapest one, is 13 pounds. 13 pounds. That's quite a lot of money. 13 pounds. Okay? And if you smoke a pack of cigarettes every day, 70 pounds a week, 80 pounds, I don't know, give or take. That's money. And then when they propaganda that they don't want you to drink, that's a lie. They do want you to drink, because when you drink, you get sick. And then who are you going to look for? A doctor, a nurse, medication. So this system is the most hypocrite, the Catholicism as well. I don't like that. Let's not going to talk about that in here. The capitalism system is the most hypocrite system that ever existed. Because they tell you one thing, but they in deep inside, in their most core, they want you to do the exactly thing that they are trying to tell you not to do. That's called reverse psychology. Okay? So I found out that the family they have placed me with they placed me there to abuse me sexually, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. They did a very good job. I really thank you, my ancestors, that I'm still alive, because I must have some ancestors, I'm still alive, honestly. Only them gave me strength, because I have been through hell, and I don't know how I survived all the abuse, but I did. So now the system is angry, because who's going to handle me now? So much so that they spy that they call doctor, they spy here, the Russia guy. He said to me, Zilda, who is your next king? Next king is somebody that is responsible for you. I look at him and said, I am. You see? I mean, I have been told that they pay him millions of pounds, this so-called psychiatrist that is dealing. I have never seen him before. He has got a damaged eye, but I don't think he's a psychiatrist really. He might have a degree in psychiatry, but he's not a psychiatrist. I don't think I don't think he's even have a degree in psychiatrist. Anyway, so they want me to go back to this family that abused me in all sorts of way, and this father as well. This so-called father that I thought was my father, that father, that so-called, which I thought was my father, he sexually abused me, but I'm not going back. And I'm not very happy about this doctor saying to me that he's going to do this and that and this, that, but I'm going to face this head to head. Yeah. It's going to be me or them, and I'm going to choose me. So you see, that's right. So not smoking, not taking drugs, not sleeping around, what else? So they are desperate for me to go back to them, because it was easy for them to manipulate me when I was drinking, when I was smoking cannabis, when I was smoking cigarettes, you see, because those things get you bounded. You have to get rid of addictions, honestly. I know it's hard. I mean, don't you think I find it's hard, but you have to, okay? You have to get rid of addictions, because that's how they grab you. That's how they get you. Tomorrow is going to be 3 weeks that I haven't had a cigarette. Tomorrow no, Friday is going to be 3 weeks that I haven't had a cigarette. There's a plaque here. I told you, look. They put in me, look. Look, there's a plaque there. That can you see or not? Oh, can you not see? Oh, can you not see? There's a plaque there. Don't smoke. That's reverse psychology. They want me to smoke. That's how they manipulate. Look at my people. And the other thing is, stop going to the church. Don't go anymore to churches to give your money for the fake entity. You see? Okay. Oh my goodness. So much to do. The fake Jesus. There's a fake Jesus. There's a fake God. There's a fake everything. There's a fake everything. Everything there's a fake. There is the original and the fake. Okay? There's the original and the fake. Right? I'm just giving you an example. Okay? There's the original and the fake. So there's a fake Jesus. Your prayers are feeding the fake God, the fake Jesus. Okay? Your prayers. Right? So stop going to the church that feed the beast. Basically, your prayers are feeding the beast. And your money is feeding the system that the beast thrives on. Okay? All right. Stop going to the church. Do you want to talk to Jesus? Talk to Jesus in your bedroom. He told you. What did he say? What Jesus said in a book. He said, when you want to talk to your father, okay? He said his father, but that's what they put there, because they put the men. That's when the men took over, when the system collapsed. The system used to belong to the women. And then the men took over because the men got greedy. Blah, blah, blah. They took over and everything is men. That's right. It's mental health, mental health. Men this, men that kill. Anyways, I'm not against men, okay? But we have to expose the pigs. So, please pay attention. Pay attention. He said, it's said in the Bible, when you want to pray, go into your bedroom, close the door, and speak to the entities, the supreme beings, your ancestors. That's what he meant. Speak that not to your father, because it's your father. Let's face it here. How many of us, if we are truly honest with ourselves, how many of us had a real loving father? How many? Not many. Don't lie to yourself. Even if your father was a loving, he wasn't always there. Not many of us had a loving father. That's a lie. Stop lying to yourself. Anyways, it's said in a book, when you want to talk to your ancestors, to the supreme beings, to the royal ones, they interview, but you have to invite them. Go into a bedroom and talk to them. You can talk to them. Don't go into church. Stop going to church, because you are feeding the beast, the system, which thrives from your begging. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. I am not going through this whole process here for you to carry on making the same mistakes that you have been making for centuries. Pay attention. They have no mercy on you. Don't have no mercy on them. Stop this thing. Somebody hit you in the face. You don't have to hit back, but walk away and never look back to this person. The system is feeding from your ignorance. My people perish for lack of knowledge, for lack of understanding. Don't feed the beasts anymore. Stop it. Stop giving your money to the beasts. If anybody wants to talk about, scripture and this and that, do it. But I have a job as well to support yourself. Stop feeding the system. The system the same system that is corrupt your soul. Remember what says in the book. Jesus says in a book, Yeshua says in a book, you are like your fathers. You have got the key to go into heaven, but you know you're not going to get there, and then you don't get anybody get there either. It's in a book, isn't it? So the religious system, they know they are not going to succeed to go into the everlasting life, but they also want to drag everybody with them. Wake up! Okay? Are you going through any difficulties in your life? Ask your ancestors to intervene. Ask for help. What they call angels, archangel. There is no such a thing as archangel. Sagittarius, me, archangel, archangels. That's another trick word that they use. Okay? There's no such a thing as Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael. No, artillery. They stole the identity to give it to those angels, Gabriel, Raphael, Michael, blah, blah, blah. They stole their identities. O que é arco, archangel. Entendeu? Everything stole, everything's upside down. Other blues. You do whatever you want. I'm just giving you the science. For some of you that's still thinking that angels do miracle, angels don't do nothing. You have to talk straight to Jesus, your ancestors, okay? Your forefathers. When they talk about also, when the Bible says talk to your father, your forefathers, you know, I mean, we all have father. I have my father. My father, my real father, you know, he's already passed away. My real father, my biological father, I found out. You know, that thing that is still alive is not my biological father. But I have my biological father. So you can actually ask your biological father who has already passed away, you know, to intervene in some situation that you're going through. Are you with me? Yeah? So, that's it. But what did he say? What Yeshua says? To go into your bedroom and close the door and speak, because your forefather, your ancestors, you know, and your mothers as well, your foremothers, you know, ancestry knows already going to ask, because they do, you know, they know. Okay? Don't go into churches anymore. Eliminate going to church. You at the temple. You at the church. You at the temple. Remember what the book says. The book has got some good stuff in it, honestly, what you call the Bible. The Most High do not habit in temple made by man's hand. Remember? Yeah? Anyways, tomorrow is another day. Okay, another lion that we have to kill. You know, like they say in a popular saying, nah? Every day we have to kill a lion. I mean, today I probably killed 3 lions in one go. Let's go to keep this together, you know, avoiding going to the church. And if you do like go to the church, go, but don't give any more money to the church. Don't, because you are feeding the beast, the system. Okay, keep your money. You know, if you think you have got loads of money and you can give to the church, that's okay. If you go to the church and you see a family that needs money sat on the street, give to them. Okay, don't feed anymore the psycho system. Okay, and do you need prayer? Everybody needs prayer. Go to your bedroom, talk to the Most High, call a friend, let's go to pray together on the phone. You know, avoid church. That's right, they want you to stay every single day in the bloody building. You know why? To give them money, to feed the beast. There's the fake Jesus, the fake God. Gods, actually. Get over it. There's a fake everything. Okay, you are feeding the fake Jesus. You are feeding the fake Yahweh. You know. There is also the fake prophets. Believe me, there is the fake prophets. You know, Daniel, Moses, Joseph, Elias, Eliseo. There's also fake as well. Yeah, they fake. You know. Noah, there's a fake Noah. Everything there's original, there's a fake. You see, this might be the fake orange. We'll have an orange that is original. I am telling you. Okay? All right. The same way I am here, I am the original Zelda. Believe me, I am. There is a fake Zelda. She's using my identity. The identity they stole from me 30 years ago in Rio de Janeiro. All right? Okay. So I want you to survive, and if you can, you know, pray for me, you know, that I will succeed this mission, because this mission might be, you know, tomorrow I kill another lion, another 3 lions, and everything's gonna be good, you know, like you say, people. Anyways, let's go to face this challenge, like with all the weapons that is given to us by our ancestors, by our, you know, beautiful ancestors, the ancestors of the light, because there is the ancestors of the dark as well. You know that, don't you? But we working here with ancestors of the light. Of course, we are not daft, are we? We know what we are. We know what we are. We know what we are facing, don't we? And the spiritual battle is as true as it can be. Anyway, we have already won. It's already established. They are hungry. They are upset. They are afraid. Let them collapse. They knew this time was coming. It's just now a matter of seconds.